You've finished writing your first draft. Your pens are down. You're dusting your hands and patting yourself on the back for a job well done. But you're not actually finished. Self-editing is an essential skill for any writer, regardless if you're writing games or fiction. It's also a great skill to develop, as the more you do it, the more you develop a critical eye for your own writing. It doesn't matter if you're working with an editor, it's always beneficial to do a first pass yourself. So today I wanted to share a little bit about how I self-edit my own work so you can take these tips away for your own writing. Now, the first tip sounds kind of counterintuitive. It is to walk away. Once you've finished a piece, leave it for at least a few days before you go back to it. Me, I leave my writing for weeks before I look at it again. I often use this time to work on a completely different project to clear my head. Whatever you do, do not touch that writing. You want the words to look fresh in your mind. Then when you're ready to go back to it, print it off. It's easy to miss things when you're editing on the screen because you start to skim read. And even when I'm doing professional edits, I will often print off the manuscript because you pick up so many things on paper. I sit there with my red pen and I go through every page of my games and manuscripts and I check every single word. And each time you edit it, you should do a pass for a different issue. So for example, this round, check it for grammar and spelling. Another round, check the sentence structure isn't too repetitive. The next time, look at whether there's a logical progression from scene to scene. And if you're writing a game, make sure you check all the dice rolls and all the stats, because let me tell you, there will be errors. Keep going with this until you're happy with those changes. And this will take some time. It's not just like, oh, I'm just going to breeze through it and fix it. On the tricky parts, especially dialogue, I recommend to read it out loud. You will pick up missing words, awkward phrasing, and spelling errors. You will also realize if the characters are talking like robots or they sound too similar to each other. And that's something to think about when you're looking at that dialogue, is to go, do these people sound different? Because everyone speaks differently. Finally, the last tip is to make sure you get a trusted friend or beta reader to take a look through your writing. So ask them for honest feedback. Honestly, I think this is one of the most important questions you can ask is, what did you find confusing about this manuscript? And if you're writing a game, make sure you go and playtest it. This is part of that feedback process. Remember that you don't have to take everything your reviewers say on board, but I think it's a good rule of thumb that if multiple people bring up the same issue, it's likely a problem. That's just my quick tips on self-editing. I mean, it's not a complicated process, it's just a bit of a time-consuming one. Do you have a tip to share? Let me know in the comments below. I am always happy to get your tips and feedback. I'm Kat Clay. If you want more writing advice, more games discussion, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.